Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how we signed our best social media marketing agency client that pays us £2,500 every single month, and he's done it for the past year. So guys, in this video, I really want to deep dive into how I actually signed this client, like how I found this client, what makes him such a good client, a bit of details about how long we've kept him, what we've done for him, and really to give you inspiration to find a client like this. So we've had this client for well over a year now. However, the journey to sign this client actually started 2.5 years ago. To be honest, very near the start of where I started my agency. I started my agency about 3.5 years ago. This was a client that I reached out to from my solo agency before joining with Tom, and our agency merged together. So it's very weird that I reached out to him and actually had a conversation with him from my previous agency, and then he signed to our agency that we have now. So how did I sign him? So if you're a regular subscriber of this channel, you'll know that I was very heavy on LinkedIn. LinkedIn outreach, I'm a huge fan of. I think it's one of the best outreach methods for any SMMA in 2023, as providing your niche is on there and you've got a good profile. So I use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find a list of business owners that were active on LinkedIn in the past 90 days, 30 days, and I reached out to him. Sent him a really nice message complimenting his business, complimenting everything that he'd been doing, complimenting a recent award he'd won, because I'd noticed that from his Facebook and Instagram page. And I'd love to just have a very quick conversation with you, because I've put something together that I think you're really going to want to see. And then gave him a bit more detail about the offer that I had at the time. So he accepted and he said, "Right, Harry, are you free next week? And we'll have a call." Next week comes around, dropped him a message that morning and said, "Hi," we'll call him Tim because I always use Tim. "Hi Tim, are we still on for today?" He said yes. I then turned up for the Zoom call, sent him the Zoom link. No show. He did not show, even though he'd confirmed. Sent him another message and he didn't reply. Just assumed he'd really busy. Followed him up a few times to try and get him on a back another call. He didn't reply. That was in around August, if I remember correctly. February comes round, my birthday, February the 11th, if anyone wants to remember it. And he messages me, "Happy birthday." And I say, "Thank you, Tim. That's very kind of you. How about that meeting?" And I said it in a very jokey manner. And he said, "Perfect. Right, let's do it Wednesday." No, he wouldn't mind if he's watching this video. He's not going to mind me telling this story because he's a good friend of ours. And Wednesday came round, no show for the meeting again. I said, "Tim, what's happening? Are we going to get on this meeting or not?" And he said, "Yeah, just super busy at the minute. Lots of things happening in the business. Never like anything that, there was never a real reason why he didn't show up. I assume it was just not the right time." So I left it for a while. Continued to follow him up, continued to send him a few messages. He was liking a lot of the content I was posting at the time. And he kind of went quiet for about 6 months. And then one day I remember sitting in bed and I was thinking, you know what? Tim has been on my radar for a long time. We've almost had 2 meetings. I've got the presentation made for him because I was sat on a Zoom call waiting for him to show up. So I got the presentation made for him. I said, "Tim, I'm going to send," his name's not Tim. "I've made this presentation for you. I need to show you it because you're going to really want to see it." So I said, "Give me a call today." Sent him my number and he gave me a call. I said, "Tim, I've put this presentation together. You've not shown up for 2 meetings and we're putting it off and off and off. I know you're super interested because you've shown massive interest in Facebook ads, in what we offer. I know you're interested. It's just the time's not been right. However, it's going to be really important that you look through this presentation. It's a 12-slide presentation. It's going to take me 20 minutes to go through. You can answer any questions. Worst comes to worst, you're going to be fully educated on Facebook ads. The best outcome for me and the best outcome from you, we walk away from it with a fantastic partnership. I'm happy because we've signed a new client and started a fantastic relationship with an incredible business owner, and you're going to be super happy because you're going to have a stream of extremely nice customers coming through your business's door." And he said, "Perfect. Tomorrow comes around, he actually shows up. I take him through the full presentation and he's absolutely blown away. So this is how important it is, guys, to keep that contact with that client. It doesn't necessarily have to be you constantly ringing them saying, "Get me on a call, get me on a call." If they ghost you, don't be like, "Ah, you ghosted me. I'm don't want to speak to you ever again." Just chalk it up to, right, the game's the game. That's the way it is. So I kept in contact with him and eventually got him on the call. And now he is by far one of the best clients that we have on our agency book. There's a lot of them we love all of our clients. They're all very good friends of ours, especially the ones that we've been able to develop a relationship with over a year plus. But now he's been a client for us for well over a year. It must be 18 months now, paying £2,500 a month. And for sales funnel, full marketing consultancy, small website changes that he needs, lead generation. We're bringing in abundance of leads for him, like 10 to 14 super qualified leads a day, and he's closing them like crazy. We have an unbelievable follow-up system for him, and he's now opened, from when we first started, he had one practice. He now has practices in Istanbul, Barcelona, multiple practices in London. He's literally one of the leading people in the industry by a long shot. So we've now helped him due to our campaigns over the past 18 months by bringing in this much business for him. He's literally been forced to open new practices and partner up with other practices and take a commission for people that he physically can't see himself. In the qualifying video we did recently, we spoke about, can people actually take on the abundance of business you're going to give them? And the answer is probably not, up to a point. Especially for a service-based business, you're going to get them to a point where, you know, if you've got a good marketing strategy like we do, where they physically can't take on any more business. Like we had to turn the ads off for a small stage while he dealt with how he was going to deal with the people he was closing. Like, because if you're bringing in 10 to 15 super qualified leads, and these leads were worth a minimum of £5,000, what are you going to do? Like, he had no choice but to stop the marketing until he figured out what he was going to do with all of these customers. And then over that time, he's just managed to build this empire of practices around him in multiple different countries to help deal with this influx of customers. And the reason why I say he's one of the best clients, he pays us on time every single time. He massively values our time and our expertise. He listens to every word we say. And it's funnily enough that the businesses that listen to every word that we say see fucking spectacular results. Like, it's the businesses that think they know better, that because they've had marketing experience in the past, that they don't see the true results for them. Whereas you get clients that properly listen to us, and academy members that properly listen to us, and funnily enough, they see fucking incredible results, which is a prime example in this client case study here. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of one of our best clients, why they're one of our best clients, and why they're probably going to be a client for life until the brand kind of takes over and he doesn't need to market his business anymore, but they'll be marketing his business in different ways. But yeah, that's a nice overview of a really positive story of how you can really change someone's life. Like, people think, oh, Facebook ads, yeah, it's nice for you to earn money. However, if your product's good and you really invest in your product, then you can really change your client's life. Like, you really can. Like, if you come into a business and you 4x their revenue over 18 months, not in 2 weeks like a lot of people say, but over a long period of time, they're going to see you as like a fucking savior for their business, because you've taken it from nothing into something purely down to your expertise and your knowledge and your guidance, which is an incredible feeling. Like, we've done it with countless e-commerce brands, we've done it with countless service-based businesses, where we've just taken it to the moon, and their business is a completely different business when we've left them, or when they've parted ways because they don't need us anymore, or they're changing direction, which is an incredible feeling. So hopefully you enjoyed that video, guys. Hopefully it gave you a bit of insight and a bit of inspiration to really, you know, do your best for these clients. A lot of these guys are really nice people. They can become really good friends, like this client we're talking about here. If you've not watched our previous video, the video was on why we had to fire a $3,000 a month client from our agency because of certain reasons, which we explain in that video. So give that video a watch, let me know what you think, and as usual, we will see you tomorrow at 9 AM for more SMMA content.